It was like I was saying, not
We
everybody
need to
like
talk
that.
about Gen Z. Because older generations always dog on younger ones, but I think I'm starting to take their side. We've become a group of geek bar sucking, Zin addicted, caffeine slamming, sleep deprived little demons. Many days go by where I spend more time on Instagram Reels than I do outside. I am the problem.
That's so deadass too, dude. Actually, recently, Y3. Recently, I haven't been watching Instagram or TikTok as much. Like before, I'd get like 8 hours plus on that on the platforms. But now I've been spending more of my time outside and like streaming, of course.
Like, I couldn't imagine half of y'all surviving the draft. At least some of us have some Fortnite training. But other than that, common sense, a consistent sleep schedule, not being afraid to call people to set up appointments, we've got nothing.
Dude, I low-key fear that whenever when I'm grown up, bro, I'd rather just slowly die than call someone to make an appointment. I'm gonna be so honest.
We're so cooked, we've invented situationships, which is like dating with extra steps and less happiness. You like someone, but not enough to really like them, and when they text you, you have to pretend not to see it for a while so you don't look desperate. Like, are we dead? I know some of you out there are putting more effort into calculating your snaps than doing homework. Be so for real. We've gamified social interaction. Incredible! We grew up with SpongeBob, Minecraft, Musical.ly. Ooh, Musical.ly, we can forget that one. But now Gen Z is known
Musically, I thought it was TikTok. I did not grow up with Musically. I grew up with TikTok. Get it right.
for being chronically online, terminally tired, and recreationally addicted to just about everything. And again, I'm not on my high horse here, I'm part of the problem too. I don't think anything is as bad as our collective addiction collection. We can start with what I like to call the holy trinity. You've got Nick, caffeine, and weed. Hot diggity dog! Because of Zins, half of us have become human Pez dispensers. I don't even remember these things entering society. One day it was berry blast, whatever the
I drink a lot of caffeine in the form of diet soda. I drink hella caffeine in the form of diet soda, but I don't smoke or vape.
flavor vape, and the next it was a Zin graveyard on every
Yo, this is so true, dude. I remember one time, one time my friend, we were on the side of the road and he grabbed like a broken vape on the ground and he put it in his mouth and inhaled it and it was still working and so he just had a bunch of smoke in his mouth and he started coughing.
public side. But even though Zins
He was like,
are absolutely everywhere, people still vape, make no mistake. Except instead of Juuls like it was in 7th grade, we've graduated to geek bars. I don't mean to sound like a D1 unk, but when I found out that these fancy ass things were
I didn't geek bars. I didn't know geek bars were real. I thought that was just like I thought that was slang. I didn't know those were actual vapes.
disposable, I was kerfuffled. Because back in my day, I remember people smacking a USB stick and reusing it. Nowadays, you can just throw out the whole neon brick. And my favorite part is a lot of the people you meet using these things are some of the most health-conscious people ever. You know, no artificial dyes, no seed oils in their food. Or like when it comes to caffeine or diet soda, oh, that's bad for you. But if it's a puff of blue raz ice and Chernobyl fog, oh,
I know, bro. The amount of people that drink that or like diet soda's bad for you, and then they hit their vape like 10 million times in one conversation. Like, dude, like get educated.
that's fine. Because as I'm sure you've heard one of them tell you, they can quit whenever they want. Spoiler alert. They can't! Bro, I thought you stopped vaping like a month ago. Yep. So why are you hitting that shit? Oh, I can quit whenever I want. I'm just taking a break. Then why?
I mean, some people can quit whenever they want, but okay, so most people can't, but like there are a select few people that actually can just quit when they want to. Like I've known a few people that just they permanently stopped because of like health reasons or whatever.
Why don't you just quit? Well, because I can quit whenever I want, bro. I'm just using it for another month, I swear. Like, are we so serious for realious right now? God forbid one of these car exhaust addicted goons loses their vape in your house because it
I've seen this clip. I've seen this clip.
realious right now. God forbid one of these
I can't find my fucking vape.
car exhaust addicted goons loses their vape in your house because it will shortly look like Hurricane
Holy
Katrina the second.
shit.
I'm talking couch upside down. Every
What the fuck did I just see, dude? What?
when I lose my phone, because even though I may not be a Nick fiend, I have my vices too. The other thing is money, because
Yeah.
peak bars last anywhere from a week or two and cost like 20 bucks each. That's like 60 bucks a month, and over a year, that's like a plane ticket to Europe.
Yeah, how do people who are addicted to like drugs and stuff and like substances in general like justify the cost? How are they like, yeah, I have enough money to buy this when they're like $1 million in school debt? When they have millions of dollars in school debt, not millions, but like hundreds of thousands of dollars in school
On
debt.
some blueberry gas. Congratulations! And don't even get me started on weed. I use it to energize me. It lets me focus. Dude, you're high out of your mind. You look like a barn animal. And watch how the fake ones fold the second you bring out the Benjamin. Everyone will be
Literally Joe Bart, dude. Joe Bart will be like, dude, I literally just smoke weed for like it doesn't even affect me. And bro's like, dude, dude, isn't that just 20 bucks or something when they flipping off or something? Why are they flipping off when they lose it? Um, Probably because like I don't know. It's like the addiction, and they don't wanna go out of their time to just buy another one.
begging for that sucker. I don't smoke, partly because I know I'm already an idiot and that shit will put a dent in your brain, and partly because I know it'll put a dent in your wallet as well. Card is what, 35 bucks, and then you have to DoorDash afterwards, so that's another 25. You didn't just get high, you just spent $60 to forget that you're already broke. You also could green out, which is goon speak for I took too much THC and now I'm losing my mind and having a panic attack. But I don't know what's worse, that or the heart palpitations from the 600 milligrams of caffeine I sometimes consume. Caffeine addiction isn't a destination, my friends. It's a journey, one that I am
I mean, I don't drink too much caffeine. Like not to where I feel like I'm having a heart attack.
most certainly. It always starts with soda, then you graduate to coffee, then Monster.
I'm still on diet soda. I've not drag I've not dra gra I'm not graduated. I'm not graduated to coffee. I haven't graduated to coffee yet, and I certainly have not graduated to energy drinks. One day I might, but for now I'm fine with diet soda.
And then I'm practically running off of Celsius now with 200 milligrams. God forbid you start cracking
Yo,
into them 270 milligram fat Celsius,
yo, holy fuck, dude.
because you're practically just begging for the emergency room at that point. The safe limit is 400 milligrams a day, but I treat that as more of a suggestion than a rule. And much like nicotine and weed, caffeine tolerance is very real. I barely even feel it anymore. Maybe that's not good, guys. I'm doing some self-reflection. I don't know how I did high school. 7 a.m. wake up, 7 straight hours of classes.
8. He's waking up at 7 a.m. I have to wake up at 6. Dude.
No caffeine. I showed up hungry, dehydrated, sleep deprived, and somehow still functioning. Now, when I wake up before 10 a.m., I feel like I'm all like in touch with nature. Like I'm in a productivity sigma male edit. The college effect is very real, my friends. If you're starting college, don't worry. This is where caffeine addiction slowly creeps into your life and you become familiar on a first name basis with every vending machine on your campus. Yes! I mean, because something's gotta
I am not going to college. No matter what, I'm not going to college, dude. I'm not ready for college. I'm not smart enough to go to
artificially
college.
power your dead battery after
Is he peeing?
every vending machine on
Is
your
that
campus.
dog pissing on the
Yes!
ground?
I mean, because something's gotta artificially power your
Oh
dead
my
battery after you go
god.
to bed at 4 a.m. the next
What are these clips? Where's this guy finding these clips?
morning, alright? Breakfast? What's that? Let me introduce you to my little friend, Beach Vibe Celsius. Not sponsored, but totally should be. Yeah, it kind of feels like plugging a gas-powered generator into a Tesla. Now, sure, we like to put a bunch of radioactive substances into our bodies, breezes, energy drinks, but the consumption does not stop there. That's because the average Gen Zer gets over 9 hours of screen time a day. I bet most of you don't even sleep that long. Like, what are we doing? And again, I am the problem here. I don't know about all of you, but I like to give myself a little scroll break after being productive for a little while. Like, I'll open an assignment and then reward myself with 30 minutes of Instagram.
Exactly. You need to like I edit one clip and then I need to scroll for 50 million years on TikTok to reward myself. I was about to say that with the dancing skeleton. Yeah, the dancing skeleton was actually kind of hilarious, dude. That was funny.
Reels, and then I'll answer question 1, and I have to reward myself with an hour and a half of YouTube. And before I know it, my work is done. Six hours later. And God forbid.
Dude, I literally all I do is like scroll and I scroll TikTok while I use ChatGPT on my to do my assignments.
You get sick and decide to tell your family because they will diagnose it like they've been through med school. Mom, I don't feel so good. I feel like I shouldn't go to school today. Maybe if you weren't always on that damn phone of yours, you would be, I don't know, healthy, strong.
I could never relate to this. My mom never did this to me.
Accomplished, successful, happy, a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, and I wouldn't have to pay an electric bill the size of a mortgage. And the worst part isn't even the time warp that this sucker carves into my day. No, it's the fact that my attention span has been ground down to that of a newborn fly. Because if the TikTok doesn't have bright colors, flashing subtitles, and Subway Surfers gameplay below it, I'm not watching.
I feel like we're moving past that era. Because, like, before we were in this era where like we needed like constant engagement. Like we needed constant engagement to stay like in tune. But now we're moving on to an era where people will just like consume anything, no matter what. Like especially on TikTok. Like if I were to put up the most boring clip ever, but there was a famous person in it, they would watch it. Like it's all about like if the person is funny or if the person is famous. That's all that matters.
Watching it. That's why the average Gen Zer has an average 8-second attention span and a 1.3-second attention span for ads. That part I get though. I make my living off of ads, and I still audibly sigh whenever YouTube decides to hit me with a 60-second unskippable shit. Quick dopamine hits are
unskippable 60-second ad? I don't really know. That's never happened to me. I know people talk about it, and like I'm sure it happens, but that's never happened to me.
Are a common.
Yeah, mine too. I think my attention span is like way better too.
Factor among our generation, whether it's an illicit substance, a diabetes-inducing crumble cookie, being out the professor so with class, because it's not just screens.
I don't know why, but that Subway Surf era didn't affect me at all.
And stimulants anymore. It's like we've taken every human urge and turned it into a subscription. Let's talk about OnlyFans for a second. We've got a
OnlyFans? Who would legit pay for OnlyFans?
whole economy now where people pay more money on not touching grass than they do on grass touching activities. Like, bro, you could buy some new clothes, get a gym membership, do your groceries.
I mean, like, OnlyFans is such a scam, dude. Like, why are we paying to see explicit videos when we can just go onto the hub and see explicit videos for free?
Or you could spend $25 to see those feet pics. It's wild because both sides are cooked. You've got, I would never date an OnlyFans model. That's crazy. Typed out on a phone that spent 4 consecutive hours on the damn site. And then the creators are like, I don't know who keeps buying this stuff. Mankind is cooked. It is the top 0.7% of your subscribers funding this dude. You are the IMF of loneliness. And again, I'm not hating on the people that do it, right? Like, get your bag, whatever. But like, as a generation, are we not even slightly ashamed that we've turned eye contact into a paid feature? Because the buffoons who send like $10,000 at a time, they genuinely believe the girl likes them.
I need you.
Yeah, like, that's the ultimate parasocial relationship.
To Apple Pay me an insane amount of money.
Yes, how much?
I need like 10K.
Dude, oh my gosh. This cannot be real.
You have to send me this money or we're done. Getting nothing.
Okay.
And I say the girl.
Was he jerking it? Dude, it sounded like he was he was giving it a little rub. He was choking the chicken.
11 times out of 10, it is some middle-aged dude with too much money sending it to some like 20-year-old girl he genuinely thinks he's in a relationship.
And also, some of the times, the guy will be in like a loving relationship with a wife and kids.
I'm sorry, you're kind of delusional. But OnlyFans still has well over 300 million users, which means
300 million users? I'm pretty sure that's more than I'm pretty sure that's more than wait, 300 million? I'm pretty sure that's more than Twitch. Twitch has like 256 million. Twitch has 256 million users, so that means OnlyFans has more.
There's a good
How bad your life has to be to do that?
chance that you know someone who secretly uses it. Just saying. And then there's food, because our generation does not cook. We DoorDash. Here's a fun stat for you. I have spent more
Nah, never DoorDashed. Never DoorDashed.
time watching people cook on YouTube than I've ever cooked in my life. No exaggeration. I don't even need to do the math because I can't cook for shit. The Gen
I mean, I can't cook either, but I like cooking. So I'm not really good at cooking, but I like
Z
cooking.
food pyramid consists of Chipotle, Raising Cane's, White Monster, and whatever the heck DoorDash can deliver to me in 30 minutes. The other day I DoorDashed a little $13 personal pizza from a restaurant that's literally 5 minutes from my apartment. Am I proud? No. Did I still smack that shit in about 5 minutes and regret every second of it when I checked my banking app afterward? You bet I did. We're all like, why is everything so expensive? Why am I broke? Also us, $18 Pokeball, $6 iced coffee from Starbucks, $4 800 calorie, 80 gram of sugar crumble cookie. Money in general is just a disaster because I know some of you have more subscriptions than you do dollars in your checking account. We're all like, oh, I can't afford to invest. The system's broken. Again, also
I don't have enough money to invest. I can't. Oh no, I work a part-time job and I can't pay for, let me think of something. Let me think of something funny and witty. Witty. Oh no, I can't pay for my medical bills because I work a part-time job and I use all my money on buying geek bars and ordering fast food.
us, Spotify, Netflix, Apple Music, iCloud, because we won't delete that picture we never looked.
Why is he so whimsical and energetic, dude? Low-key pissing me off.
$50 of subscriptions we didn't even know existed. You'll open your bank statement to see your spending, and it's never rent, groceries, utilities, no. Rumble cookies, Uber trip, DoorDash, random vending machine expense, Uber trip. We're not even spending money at this point. We're just leaking. There's a very
Vending machine expense? Is that recorded on your bank account? What?
specific type of guy who will not pay $10 for parking because that's a scam, but will gladly drop $50 at the bar and then $25 on some tacos you won't
Yeah, but you never need to do that, low-key.
even remember afterward. And that guy is me. Now, one thing we actually are good at as a generation, because I've just been ripping into us, is gym culture. Because Gen Z actually works out more than any other generation before. Is a lot of that rooted in self-doubt, low self-esteem, and the angry urge for revenge? Probably. But at least
Yes. Yes, definitely. Definitely. That's why I work out.
healthy. Physically, a lot of us are not working out to be healthy. Let's be real. We're working out to look good on that beach trip and for 2 Instagram posts. We also got dudes taking pre-workout to go hit arms for 25 minutes and then go scroll on TikTok while sitting on a machine for another 40 minutes to recover like they just
I don't work out at the gym. I work out at home, so I don't relate to this.
got back from D-Day or something. And everything has to be recorded. Some of you don't hit normal squats anymore. Now, we've got ring lights, gorilla pods, 6 different angles. Like, we know you probably did 3 sets and then went home to DoorDash Canes after. But we need to talk about the worst part of this generation, by far. The public nuisances. Yes.
Dude, I swear I'm bulking as he eats 1,000 chicken nuggets.
The people who go out and vie for your attention with every ounce of their being, trying to get as viral as possible online. I'm talking the Jack Dohertys of the world. The people who go out and decide to make themselves public menace #1 for no reason at all. Because I think more than any other generation, Gen Z were so externally motivated by public approval.
Dude, I would do anything for the clip, but I would never be a public menace. I'd be too scared and embarrassed.
More so than any other generation. And it sucks. Why do we do that? We do that to ourselves. So Gen Z, I have one message for you, okay? I am one of you. I check a lot of the bad, stupid boxes I've talked about today. I'm not perfect, but I'll tell you this. Let's come together as one and just, like, stop being, like, idiots. Because we are pretty smart. We're a bunch of
I don't
smart
think I can
cookies.
do that.
I have guests, so I gotta wrap up quickly, but don't be cooked. Like and subscribe. Make another one about another generation, maybe some.
Alright, W video. Alright.